I found out my own sister was getting married. From a stranger's Instagram story. A shaky video. Champagne glasses clinking. Laughter echoing under golden lights. And there she was, my little sister, glowing in a designer gown I could never afford. Standing beside a man whose world I was never allowed into. My name wasn't on the guest list. Not because I was far away. Not because I was busy. But because, as she once said, I don't want people asking why my sister still doesn't even have a job. That sentence didn't break me. It erased me. My name is Rachel. I'm the older sister. The one who stayed behind when everything fell apart. After our parents died, I became everything. Provider, protector, parent. While my sister Lila chased dreams, I chased survival. I worked nights, skipped meals, sold my future piece by piece so hers could stay intact. And I never told her the truth. Because I didn't want her to feel guilty. Because I loved her more than I loved myself. Lila grew into someone extraordinary, confident, magnetic. The kind of woman who could walk into a room and own it. She graduated with honors, landed a prestigious job, and then she met him, Ethan, charming, wealthy, the heir to a business empire built by his powerful father. And just like that, Lila stepped into a world of polished perfection, a world where people like me didn't belong. At first, she still called. Hey, Rach, I'll visit soon, okay? Work's crazy, but I miss you. Then, the calls became shorter, colder, and eventually, gone. One evening, I went to see her. I brought her favorite dessert like I always used to. I stood outside her apartment door, about to knock. But then I heard voices inside, Ethan and Lila. Your sister still doesn't work? He asked casually. A pause, and then Lila laughed, soft, dismissive. Yeah, she's kind of stuck in life. My heart clenched. I help her sometimes, she continued, but I don't want her around my colleagues. I couldn't breathe. Especially not at the wedding. Silence. Then, I just don't want to be judged. I stood there for what felt like hours, holding that box of dessert, feeling like I didn't exist. That night I didn't cry. I just disappeared. No calls, no messages, no explanations. Because sometimes, the loudest thing you can do is leave quietly. But here's what Lila never knew. While she was building her perfect life, I was building something of my own, in the shadows. Years ago, when I had nothing, I met a woman, an investor, sharp, unforgiving, brilliant. She saw something in me no one else ever had, and she taught me everything: how to think, how to invest, how to move silently in rooms I was never invited into. And slowly, I grew, quietly, strategically, until one day, I wasn't surviving anymore. I was winning. I became a silent investor in several major companies, invisible, untouchable. And one of those companies belonged to Ethan's father. The same man who would never look twice at someone like me was unknowingly backed by me. I never told anyone, not even Lila, because I didn't need validation. I just needed peace. The wedding. I wasn't there. Of course I wasn't. But I saw everything online. The luxury, the perfection, the life I helped her reach, without ever being part of it. Until 4 days later, my phone rang. Lila, after months of silence. I stared at the screen, my heart steady. Hello? Her voice trembled. Rachel, I need to see you. She arrived that night, but she wasn't the glowing bride anymore. Her makeup couldn't hide her tears. Something's wrong, she said. I stayed silent. Ethan's father's company. It's collapsing. I didn't react. They said only one investor can save it. Someone who owns a huge hidden share. Her voice broke. They gave me a name. She looked at me, like she didn't recognize me anymore. Rachel. The room went still. Is it true? She whispered. I didn't answer, because the truth was already sitting between us. She stepped back, shaking. I thought you were nothing. Each word cut deeper than anger ever could. I was ashamed of you. I looked at her, and for a moment, I saw the little girl I used to hold when she had nightmares. I know, I said softly. She collapsed to her knees, crying. I'm sorry. And just like that, the powerful, confident woman disappeared, and my little sister came back. I didn't know, her voice cracked. I didn't know who you really were. I knelt in front of her. You never asked. She begged me to help, to save the company, to save her marriage, to fix everything. And I could. One decision, one signature, that's all it would take. But I asked her one thing. If I was still the sister you were ashamed of, would you be here right now? She couldn't answer, because we both knew. I saved the company. Not for Ethan, not for his father, but because I refused to become bitter. Because I wanted to be more than the pain I carried. Lila tried after that. She called, visited, tried to rebuild what she had broken. But something had changed. Because love, without respect, doesn't feel like love anymore. Shocking ending. A year later, I received an invitation. Lila and Ethan's daughter's birthday. I almost didn't go, but something in me said, maybe this time would be different. The party was extravagant, perfect, but something felt wrong. Lila avoided my eyes. Ethan barely acknowledged me. And then I heard it. Two men whispering near the bar. The shares are almost transferred. Once it's done, she loses control. Funny how she doesn't even know it's her own sister behind it. My blood turned cold. I turned slowly. And there she was, Lila, holding her daughter, smiling. But her eyes, they weren't soft anymore. They were calculating, cold. That night, I checked everything. Accounts, holdings, access logs, and for the first time in years, I felt something I thought I had buried forever. Betrayal. Because somehow, my little sister, the one I raised, the one I sacrificed everything for, didn't just learn how to succeed in a world that rejected me. She learned how to take everything from me, quietly, just like I once did. And this time, she did it better.
Select now another video in our series of family and company dramas. They are all powerful stories of people coming back stronger after they have been humiliated or hurt by family members or their management. Always make sure you stay strong. Let nobody ever tell you what you are worth. You know the best. Of course.